super confused, like, hey friends, Lisa, Lindsay, hey guys. Anybody else like super confused about what day it was? I almost said it was Friday. I don't even know what day it is because we were like off on Monday. Tuesday felt like Monday. Today feels like Thursday, Friday. I don't even know. Okay. I am munching on a thieves cough drop and I'm so excited. You guys, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, so I have all kinds of notes. I have my computer in my lap because I have so many notes because I have just learned all of this amazing stuff that I'm going to share with y'all. So I might be just reading a little bit because I want to make sure I don't leave any of this amazing info out. So just kind of so everybody kind of has a reference point from the very beginning, what we're going to chat about is we're talking about all like Young Living products. These are all CBD products. We have 5 different CBD products for Young Living. I can show you the ones. I have 4 out of 5, so I can show you the ones that I have. There's the Cool Mint. I guess really technically we have twice that many because there's different strengths of each one. But we have the Cool Mint CBD oil. So this is comes with a dropper. You drop them under your tongue. It says on the bottle that it is not for internal use, but that is because, you guys, I just learned this, that sublingual under the tongue is considered a topical use. That's not considered internal use. Isn't that weird? So I have this one, the peppermint, the citrus, which I really love, the CBD muscle rub, which is absolute magic, and the calm roller that we were just using tonight with my son, who desperately needs to lose both of his 2 front teeth and was like having a panic attack about it. Anyway, so that's what we're talking about. They just launched brand new CBD kits that are starter kits, and they're like deep discounted, over 40% off. Amazing deals. There's one, well, I'm gonna get into all the pricing in just a little bit, but they start at just $165, which is like unreal. Like it's almost half off the cost. Those kits are available to brand new incoming members. And then for those of you who are already Young Living members, you can get any of these individual products like on the website now, or add them to your Essential Rewards order next month and earn points back to get free stuff on them starting in February, which is super exciting. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of start at the beginning. So we're going to go kind of back to the plant, the cannabis plant. So what I learned is that the cannabis plant is kind of like the head of the family, right? And so from the cannabis plant, you have hemp plants and you have marijuana plants. So marijuana is high in THC. THC is the component that gives you like the high feeling. The hemp plant is really low in THC, but it's high in CBD. So they're opposites, like the components of the plants are opposites, right? CBD that comes from the marijuana plant is illegal in most states, whereas the CBD that comes from the hemp plant is completely legal and safe because it has such low THC. So, okay, sorry, I'm trying to find my place. So all of our CBD comes directly from hemp plants. Hemp is, like I was saying, the opposite of marijuana. So it's not marijuana in any way. All of our stuff is directly from hemp. The THC that is there, the little amount of THC that is in our CBD oil is completely removed. They have a special process that it goes through where it's completely removed. And then the essential oils are added in. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But when the THC is removed, there's a special component called terpenes. I'm going to get a little bit sciencey for just a second. Y'all bear with me, just a little bit of science. There's a component of the CBD called terpenes that are taken out when they take out the THC. When they remove the part that like gets you high, they take out the terpenes. And terpenes are really important because our bodies need terpenes to be able to absorb and use the CBD oil. So the cool thing is, a lot of our essential oils are high in different kinds of terpenes. And so when they add the oils, the essential oils, back into the CBD oil, then it makes this whole smart spectrum CBD oil that our bodies know what to do with and know how to utilize really easily and really effectively because of the way that those two things work together when they're blended. So it's really very cool. Really quickly, I want to answer a question that somebody posted earlier today about travel, since we were talking about legality a little bit. Traveling with any of our CBD products is 100% legal and 100% safe. All of these little containers are like, this is only 1 ounce. So according to the TSA, like when you fly, your liquid products have to be 3 ounces or less. So this is just a third of that, 1 ounce. Even the muscle rub is small enough to put like in your little Ziploc bag and take on the plane. I fly with my Calm roller every time because it's amazing and I get stressed out when I fly. But yeah, totally legal, not an issue. Like I have flown with it, I have traveled with it really multiple times now and never had any issues. It's not something you need to be worried about when you're traveling. Excuse me. Okay, so let's talk about why it makes sense for this stuff to work in our bodies. I heard this really cool thing. I was listening to a video that a pharmacist did about our CBD products, and she was describing it in this really unique way. And she said, I understand how medicines work in the body. There are chemical compounds that go into the body and they interact with receptors that produce an action. And that makes sense, right? We take medicine and it produces an action. And once she started researching, she found the same to be true for essential oils and CBD. So when we're using natural things like oils and CBD, we're gaining far more benefit than just the action that would be produced by a medication. So for example, like she said, if you take Allegra for allergies, right? Allegra is one chemical compound. And so it has the one response that you want. And sometimes you want that forced response from medication. I get it, whatever. Me too. But with, like, if you look at lavender, we know that lavender helps a lot with our seasonal issues and allergies and stuff, right? So lavender has over 200 chemical compounds. Like Allegra has 1. Lavender has over 200. And so she was just saying that that's why, like, when we look at lavender and how beneficial that is, that's why it has, like, that's what they call it, the Swiss Army knife of oils, because it has so many different uses. And so when she started looking at CBD, it is really similar to the essential oils in that it has such a highly complex chemical structure, which means that it's beneficial for tons of different things in our body. As opposed to, isn't that amazing? As opposed to it just having one use and one purpose, like it was so clearly created to help us with so many different things. And that's why we see, I'm going to share in a little bit some amazing testimonies and stories that I've heard and seen, and just, it's like mind-blowing the stuff that we've seen with the CBD. So the CBD has a highly complex chemical structure, and it can do so much in our bodies. So why would we choose to use CBD instead of like a medication? Which I have nothing against taking medications when it's needed, but I don't think it's needed as much as we tend to lean that direction. Okay, sorry, I want to make sure I get this right. But the main reason that we would choose a CBD is because there's no side effects. Like even over-the-counter medications have so many side effects, right? And so with the CBD, the only side effects that you're getting are benefits and good things. Our bodies will use whatever chemical structures they need from an essential oil or a CBD oil, and then all those components, all those chemical structures that are left over just help to keep the rest of the body in balance. So they're just they're like talking to your whole body and keeping everything in balance, as opposed to causing junky side effects, which is awesome. So how does CBD actually work? I'm trying so hard to keep this simple. I hope you guys are tracking with me. Like, are you guys doing okay with a little bit of science and a little bit of like behind the scenes of CBD? I'm not a science girl, but I'm like, this is really, it's fascinating. So how does it actually work? So here's what happens in your body. When you get like an injury, like say you get a cut, like you're cooking dinner and you cut your finger, right? What happens is your body immediately starts looking at that. Signals are sent to the brain, from close to that area, and your body's saying like, okay, let's tell the brain about this problem. We have this problem on the finger, we need to tell the brain about it so that it can, see what we need to do. And the brain tends to get really excited, especially in a situation like that where you have to react quickly. The brain kind of starts to yell, and the brain goes, oh my goodness, like, everyone, this is what we're doing. Let's all go there and let's fix the problem. And it's like a mad rush, right? So usually the brain responds what they call like in mass. So it's a lot all at once, which is sometimes why you get that adrenaline, that overwhelm, when things like that happen, which is sometimes a really good thing. Sometimes we need that. But sometimes it's an over response in the body, right? And so sometimes that's why you see like massive swelling that doesn't make sense, or you see, inflammation or things like that. So anything with inflammation is an over response to something happening in the body. So CBD, what it does is when you take the CBD, whether you're putting it on your body, in your body, however you're choosing to use it, whatever you're comfortable with, the CBD comes in and it says like, hey guys, I'm going to hang out here, like in this area where you have this cut, like whatever's going on. And the CBD is smart, you guys. It goes in and it finds where it's needed in the body, especially with help from our oils. Says, I'm going to hang out here and I'm going to be a mediator. So that's kind of what the CBD is. It's like a mediator firefighter. So it goes in and it kind of puts out fires and calms things down. And then the brain like keeps checking back in. And what the CBD is doing is constantly giving a status update to the brain and saying like, nope, we're good here. You can calm down. You can calm those responses down and all that. And it's just making everything chill, as opposed to that like inflammation and all the craziness that was going on. One of the things that this pharmacist I was listening to kept saying, she kept talking about a feedback loop, and that what the CBD does is creates a feedback loop between the source of stress, whether this is emotional or physical or whatever. The CBD creates a feedback loop between the brain and the pain. I think that's so interesting. So why does it work so well within our bodies? Well, okay, you know how we have all these different body systems, right? We have like our respiratory system, our cardiovascular system, our skeletal system, there's like however many systems, right? We also have a system, I'm going to butcher the name of this, you guys. You can laugh at me, feel free. But it is the endocannabinoid system. I have no idea how to say that. And it is a system full of receptors. Like, these are puzzles waiting for pieces of CBD. Like, there are receptors that literally run through our whole body. Listen to this. Okay. There are receptors for CBD. They are called CB1 and CB2 receptors. So listen to all the places that these receptors are found in your body. Gut, kidneys, pancreas, skeletal system, muscles, bones, eyes, in tumors. There are even in tumors, you guys. In the reproductive system, the immune system, respiratory tract, skin, central nervous system, cardiovascular system, liver. Okay, that was all for the CB2 receptors. The CB1 receptors target motor activity, thinking, motor coordination, appetite, short-term memory, pain perception, and immune system. That's basically everything. So these receptors are like puzzles, and CBD is like the missing puzzle piece that comes in and completes them, and just it's like what we've been missing. So the CBD puzzle piece meets up with those receptors and magic happens, and those feedback loops are created that just start to calm all those responses. It was really incredible how that was designed to work all together. So does it usually work right away? This is a question that somebody messaged me earlier today. Like, how long should I wait to see a response? Like, how long does that take for me to feel the effects of this, basically? So for some people, the results are really quick. Sometimes they're immediate. Sometimes the CBD takes about 20 minutes to absorb when it's taken under the tongue. And so for some people, 20 minutes, and they feel a difference, and they feel, they can tell that they feel different. A lot of people will notice better sleep the first time they take it. A lot of people might take a couple of weeks or even a month to notice. They say that when you first get started with CBD, that you should be very consistent for at least the first 30 days in using it daily. Because for some people, it does take a little bit of time for it to kind of build up in your system before you start to see the results that you're wanting to see. So make sure that you're giving your system, your body, the opportunity to utilize it and to get accustomed to it and to see those results. And also you may have to kind of like, you may have to play with how much you're taking and do some trial and error and see if you need a little bit more, or maybe you need a little bit stronger, or maybe you need a little bit less. That's going to be, all you. It's going to be you listening to your body and knowing what you need and how you feel and how you're responding to it and all those things. But a lot of people just give up too soon or don't do kind of enough experimenting to see like, okay, maybe, for me, I started out with like 4 or 5 drops under my tongue, and I, tried to do that daily for a while. I have noticed great sleep. I have noticed a really calm, a lot more calm than stress. It's really amazing stuff. Okay, let's see. But just like using, those of you that do use essential oils, like just like using that stuff, you have to find what works for you, and consistency is going to be really important in figuring that out. So why is Young Living CBD different than, I don't know about where you guys are, but where we are, there are CBD stores popping up left and right. So why should we order this instead of going, up the street and grabbing what they have? The 80 to 90% of the CBD sold in the US right now is coming from South America, I apologize, or China, and it is potentially contaminated with GMOs, heavy metals, pesticides, and herbicides. Excuse me, in these countries, they don't even have the organic standard. That's an American thing. So if it's imported from somewhere else and they're calling it organic, they're lying. 70 to 80% of these products being sold right now are mislabeled so that they don't attract government attention. Because if they have more than 0.3, it's so gross, Lindsay. If they have more than 0.3% THC, which is that high component again, if there's more than 0.3% of that, then it's flagged and it's illegal. So they're mislabeling it. Most of them have more than that legal, amount that's allowed, but they're labeling it as 0.3% or less, which means that people are taking the stuff that is causing effects that they're not wanting. So they're saying that a lot of it, when it's been tested, is much higher than what's claimed on the bottles. There's no regulation on it. There's no following up with those companies, but that's why we're so excited about our own. Oh, I'll try. Maybe you could turn your volume up or something. I just put my kids to bed, so I can't be super loud. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, that's why we're so excited that Young Living has this now, because it's so trustworthy. We don't have to worry about going up the street and buying it from somebody that we don't know where it came from, and we can't trust the source. And it's just so important to trust what we're putting on in our bodies. So I am going to spend the next few minutes. This is going to be exciting. I'm sorry that it's hard to hear. I don't know why it is. Is everybody having trouble hearing? Let me see. I don't think there's any settings I can change, but I'll try to, maybe if I move in a little bit. Is that a little bit better? So, okay, good. I feel like this is weird. Okay, I'll try to speak up. So I'm going to spend the next couple minutes talking about ways that CBD is beneficial for your body. So there are so many ways that I found that CBD is so beneficial for your body. I listed out a couple dozen here, so I'm going to read those to you. And then, but you guys, this is seriously like tip of the iceberg. So I would encourage you to do your own research. I'm going to post some links at the end where you can find some more info. So here we go. Are you guys ready for this? This is amazing. Like all these ways that CBD can be useful. It's amazing for autoimmune issues because of that feedback loop. The like body, you're giving too much response. Calm down, scale back. It's really amazing for helping with autoimmune things. It's incredible for pain relief, amazing for arthritis and any inflammation. It can help cause nausea. There have been studies that have been done on it being really helpful during chemotherapy, and a lot of women have seen it really effective during morning sickness because, again, it is calming that over response. Studies have shown that CBD helps improve the microbiome, which, if you guys aren't sure what that is, Google it because it's really important. It helps with healthy gut. CBD can help our bodies deal with fat in a really efficient way. Praise the Lord. I'll take that. It's been studied to have helped with PMS symptoms. It may help with chronic pain and inflammation, can help with pain from surgery at surgical sites. Studies show that it can help with neurological feedback when limbs have been amputated. So if somebody has like an injury and they have to have their leg amputated or something, you know how they have all that phantom pain and there's all these weird sensations where they feel like their leg is still there and things like that. The CBD can actually help them to be able to process those things in the right way and come to grips with that in a different way. Let's see, it's been studied and shown highly effective for anxiety, whether that is occasional or chronic. Specifically with people who have experienced trauma, excuse me, CBD can help people process, this is fascinating, process and store their memories in a way that when those memories are recalled, it doesn't bring on anxiety and like a PTSD feeling. Y'all, that's a gift. People have been through any kind of trauma, to be able to recall things, or when you're triggered by something, to be able to not immediately feel anxious or feel those triggers and those PTSD feelings is huge for so many people. It can help with restful sleep and increasing serotonin levels. It is a neuroprotectant, which means it protects your brain and the things that are happening there. Let's see, hold on, sorry, I lost my place. And it can help bring relief from various mental health conditions. Yeah, right? I know. It makes me want to use more than what I've been using because it has so many benefits. It can improve your immunity and can help with all kinds of sleep disorders. So now we're going to talk about different parts of the body and like areas that it can help. So effects of CBD on the immune system. CBD decreases inflammation, supports a healthy immune system, suppresses your immune response, which is a good thing. That sounds kind of weird, but it's a good thing. Balances the immune system. It stabilizes autoimmune disease, helping to bring balance and bring the body back into homeostasis and put the body at rest so that it stops fighting all the time. It can improve asthma and may help reduce flu symptoms. Let's talk about effects of CBD on the brain. It is neuroprotective, which is something we were just talking about. It can reduce seizures. It can reduce stress. It's antidepressive, antipsychotic, and reduces pain. It can improve your sleep, improve your mood. It can improve symptoms of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, Huntington's, PTSD, schizophrenia, addiction disorders, and other brain problems. Oh my goodness, Lindsay, I can't see your whole comment. Let me see. Oh, you totally do need to try that. That'd be amazing. I have an incredible testimony to share with you guys, with a couple pictures to show here in a few minutes after I'm done with my video, of about an Alzheimer's patient and the way that the CBD helped him tremendously. You guys aren't going to believe it. Okay, effects of CBD on the gut. Reduces inflammation, can reduce nausea or vomiting, can help regulate appetite. Effects of CBD on your eyes. I'm almost done with this, you guys, but this is really good stuff. It supports your eye health and can reduce or delay glaucoma. Yeah, it's unreal, Lisa, how many things that it helps. And this is seriously a short list. Like, there's so much more than what I'm sharing with you guys. On your bones, it supports healthy bones and can increase your bone density. It can prevent or delay osteoporosis. Effects of CBD on your heart and cardiovascular system. It can improve circulation and blood flow and prevent plaque formation. It protects the heart. I don't even know what that means or what that involves, but the fact that it protects your heart is a win. Supports healthy lipid levels and can lower blood pressure. So that's all the things that I wrote down to share with you guys just about specific uses, but y'all, there are so many. There are so many. I forgot to grab my book, but I'll post a link for it whenever we get done. There's like this really small, it's a thin, a really easy read booklet that I have that I've been using to get some information for this class and for, just for myself, that I'll recommend to you guys, where I got a lot of that information from. But seriously, every one of us should be using all that stuff, right? So, okay, so now I am going to shift gears and I'm going to end the video, and I'm going to start posting a few things in here. I have a few posts that I want to share. I have some testimony things and just some facts and interesting info to share with you guys. So stay plugged in and you can keep learning with us tonight. All right, thank you guys for plugging in. I'll see y'all later.